but it takes all of us banding together to try to reach souls and bring God glory. So I just asked Emmy to share with us. You got a mic here. And how has God worked in your heart, Emmy, to see the importance of supporting the local church over the years?
Well, I've written a couple pages, which is probably the best way I can explain, because I'm a writer.
Feel free to share. Yeah.
And, okay, I looked up in the dictionary the word give, and it told me that it's to present voluntarily, to hand to someone, to produce or offer to someone, or to award. In reference to church, we give or tithe a percent of our earnings. We give in this manner because as a member of the church, a church where laws are followed, we are to give because of our love for God and His church. As in any group, we as members need to provide for the needs of God's home and His church. In my previous church, I gave, but I was never quite sure where this money would end up. I wondered, but I just was never sure. And I went to when we were supporting my church, it was a hierarchy, and a lot of our funding would go to the top. And that just kind of bothered me, because if you're a group, it should go to all members, or as many of those members that you're familiar with, and I just didn't see this. Since I'm now a member, Since I am now a member of this church, I see all that we do to reach out to others, to help them in their relationship to others in our community. I am now trying to be accountable in my giving, following and knowing that I'm in God's will, and reach out to give to others as God's plan has dictated to me. I see this church has grown as the community began to see the loving and giving spirit we seek to portray. I personally have had use of the counseling program. As John mentioned, he and I go way back. We're very good friends, and he helped me through the worst possible days of my life. And he did that because we had set money aside that we would have counseling, but I never thought I would be the one to need it. My husband was killed in front of my home by a texting driver, and the days that went on after that were probably the worst thing I'll ever see. But I knew that when my family called John and his brother, I knew then I could make it, because I believe in their counseling, and I know it's all of Jesus. And they were the first two people I had my children bring over to help me out. And I'll never forget this. I will always be grateful to this church for providing a pastor that saw that I needed something and the world could not give it to me. So this is how actually we became good friends. He saw a pounding, hurting heart in me, and John came to me with his counseling knowledge, and somehow we made it through. And after that, I knew that I had found my church home. I was Catholic for 70 years, and I was a very devout Catholic. And whatever they asked me to do, I did. And whatever they asked me to believe, I believed it. But parts of me knew that this is not where God wanted me. I felt uneasy, and I didn't know quite how to do it. So I went around to many churches and I gave them all a test run, and no one passed. And then I got to this church, and I thought, could it be? Could they pass my test?
I didn't know I was being tested.
Oh,
I'm glad we passed.
yeah. I just don't take everything for granted. I usually have to give it a test run. So the church was no different. So this is probably why, through all I've been through and through all I've been helped with, is why I think my tithing is important, because what if I could save, along with John's help, through my money, what if I could save another soul that saw no reason to go on? So this is what I live by, and I hope I'm pleasing God in what I do, and I thank God all the time for sending me someone that could teach me the way to heaven. I now know that too. So for all of this, I thank this church and John, and I'll continue to be as loyal as I possibly know how to do.
Yeah.
Now, John.
Thank you,